Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku, and I'm here to review episode 2 of Shouwa Genroku Rakugo Shinjuu, Sukeroku and New. And before you all start spamming me once again like you did last week, yes, I know about the opening. I know, it came out last week. I know. The reason why I didn't talk about it last week though is because I didn't know how many of you guys knew that the opening came out last week. It just wasn't, shown in the first episode, so I wanted to wait to talk about it in this episode when they showed the opening. So yes, I know it came out. I absolutely love it. However, now I have decided to hold my thoughts on the opening because I want to give a detailed analysis on it when I make my top 10 or top whatever winter 2017 openings list. I will go into much further detail there, but for now I will say the visuals are absolutely incredible. There's just so much symbolism, and you already know I love my symbolism in openings. And honestly, personally, I think that visually this is the best opening of the season and potentially be one of the best openings of the year, just visually if we're talking about. I know the song could be a hit or miss for some people. Personally, I really enjoy the song, but I can see why some people may dislike the song because it doesn't have a steady tempo. It changes quite a bit. There's a lot of pauses in between the songs, so I can understand why someone may not like the song, but visually it is without a doubt the best of the season. Okay, so are we just gonna ignore the fact that Konatsu and Yotaro are married now? Why did they gloss over that? Why did they do that? They did the same thing last week too. Remember last week Konatsu said that she agreed to marry Yotaro, but then she decided to change her mind, and now we see that Yotaro, he got the marriage registration papers already and stuff, and now they're married, and Konatsu is just well, you should try to be a better father, and I'm just like, wait, what? I really wish that they went into more detail about this whole process and stuff, because I still want to learn more about how they feel for each other and their relationship. I know how Yotaro feels about Konatsu, but I don't know how Konatsu feels about Yotaro. And I really need to see that. I really need to know how she feels so I can understand this whole relationship, because right now, their relationship is being heavily glossed over, and I don't think that's right. It seems to be a very big part of the story, and yet they kind of rush through it to move on to the Rakugo, which of course, I love the Rakugo. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I think the relationship plays a huge part in the story and they're kind of rushing through that. So I really hope they slow down and explain more things as to the relationship between Konatsu and Yotaro. But anyway, now everyone's living under the same roof. The baby is annoying the hell out of Yakumo. Oh my goodness, Yakumo hates the baby. And Yakumo has a conversation with Konatsu, because Konatsu, she fell asleep. And then Yakumo decided to tell her tell her her favorite Rakugo story. And then she woke up, she's like, whoa, what are you doing? And he's just all what, you used to love that story when you were a kid and it always put you to sleep. I'm surprised you're awake. And she's just all I still want to kill you. Even though the death of my father was an accident, I still say that you're responsible for it. So she's being very stubborn about it. And Yakumo's just all I've been waiting for you to kill me. I've been waiting for you to be more angry at me, to let your hatred grow towards me so that you can finally kill me. But I'm still alive because you want your child to listen to my Rakugo. Great. Damn, Yakumo, man, he's really in a slump right now. Well, not as much as Yotaro, which I will now move on to that. Yotaro, his past has been let out because now that he's famous, everyone's going to try to get some dirt on Yotaro. So now everyone knows about his past, about him being a criminal and how he went to jail and stuff like that, his ginormous tattoo, which tattoos are always controversial in Japan. Even though tattoos are more popular now, there's still a lot of places that won't allow you to enter if you have a tattoo. So yeah. The fact that a Rakugo performer, which is, something classy, has such a dirty past and has a ginormous tattoo is very good for your record. So now he's very embarrassed about that. And on top of that, he doesn't have his own Rakugo style. He's caught in between Yakumo's and Sukeroku, which I didn't really realize until we found out that he's terrible when it comes to performing as a woman. And we see the tension, the awkwardness, the stress build up in Yotaro's performance today. Like, I laughed twice in the beginning of his performance, even though the audience only laughed once. I laughed twice during his performance, but they really built up the stress. You saw him sweat, you saw him twitch, you saw the uncomfortableness of the crowd, because you can tell that everyone is thinking about who this man really is after what they've heard from, you know, the news and all the press and stuff like that. And Yotaro is just trying to think of a way of how to brighten up the mood. He's all like, hey, you know, it's raining outside, it looks terrible out there. I should perform a Rakugo that everyone will just laugh like crazy, just lift everyone's spirits. And so that's what he's trying to do. And I liked the story, and then things just kind of got awkward when he started to voice as a woman, because, you know, he's still working on that. And then he decides to remove half of his clothing and expose his tattoo to everyone. Oh my gosh, I was so shocked when I saw that. I was like, I don't think that's allowed, right? And then, what do you know, I was right. Like, people were appalled by this. Like, this is the theater, this is a classy theater. Well, the room wasn't exactly classy, but, you know, the art of Rakugo is something very important, and it has maintained some sort of status even though it is dying. You know, like, for example, the waltz. No one waltzes anymore. However, if you do waltz, there is a certain style you have to maintain, and you can't just waltz without your shirt, right? That's exactly what this was. So people were appalled, they left the room, and then we found out that the people who hired Yakumo to perform stood him up. And Yotaro believes that it was because of what he did. That's why he got stood up. So Yakumo, he goes over to Yotaro and he's just all like, let me see your tattoo. Ashamed, Yotaro removes his shirt, reveals his tattoo to Yakumo, and he's just all like, it's a lovely tattoo. But remember, you can't run away from your past. That is the fate of karma. So you have to embrace it. And then Yotaro, with a huge smile on his face, is like, you're right, I'm gonna practice more Rakugo, not alcohol. Bye, everyone. And then he just goes. And then Higuchi, he is so happy, and he's just still like trying to promote the idea once again to create new stories. And I'm all on Higuchi's side. This needs to happen, especially at the times they are at right now, with not only Rakugo dying, but the fact that the latest and famous you know, new like top class Rakugo performer, it has a terrible looking ugly past. You know, it's needed more than ever. To save Rakugo, they have to switch things up. And hopefully this new switch up can be Yotaro's own Rakugo. Some sort of balance between the ridiculous comedy that was Sukeroku's and some sort of class that is Yakumo's. Hopefully we can find a balance. Come on, someone please work with Higuchi. He's trying to save Rakugo. Come on, man. That was this episode. I freaking loved it. And I cannot wait for next week. Did you see that preview? That looks intense. Oh yeah, and did we just see the father? Did we just meet the father? Because when Yotaro went back over to the house, we see Konatsu being dropped off, you know, being welcomed into the house, but then the person that dropped her off seems to be an older man, and that older man was shown a couple of times in the preview, so I'm just all like, wait, is he the father? Oh shit, bro! Oh, let's go! Let's go! Catch me tomorrow as I review March Comes In Like a Lion. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.